This story takes us back to London in the year 1888. The city is large, crowded, and constantly moving. Smoke from factories hangs in the air, and gas lamps line the streets, casting a yellow glow over stone and brick. Horse-drawn carriages pass by, wheels rattling over uneven roads, while voices drift out of pubs, boarding houses, and narrow alleyways. In the eastern part of the city lies Whitechapel, an area known for poverty, overcrowding, and long working hours. Many people live day to day, renting beds by the night, sharing rooms with strangers, by and working until exhaustion. At night, the streets do not fully sleep. Someone is always awake, walking, watching, or listening. It is here that a name would emerge, a name that would travel far beyond these streets and long outlive the people who once whispered it. The name was Jack the Ripper. At the time, no one knew if this was a real person, a cruel invention, or simply a label given to fear itself. What people did know was that something unsettling had taken hold of the district. Conversations became quieter. Doors were locked earlier. Footsteps behind you suddenly felt closer than before. Newspapers printed dramatic headlines, spreading unease from one household to the next. Every new rumor seemed to grow in the telling. People speculated endlessly, trying to make sense of what they could not fully understand. Some blamed outsiders, some blamed neighbors, others said nothing at all, choosing silence instead. The police presence increased, but reassurance did not. Instead, the mystery deepened. No clear suspect emerged. No single explanation fit all the questions. The city continued its routines, but beneath the surface there was tension. A sense that something unseen was moving through familiar streets. Even those far from Whitechapel began to feel it. Reading about events over breakfast, folding newspapers with uneasy hands, wondering how such a thing could happen in a city so vast and so busy. As weeks passed, attention focused more intensely on Whitechapel. Journalists arrived from other parts of London, and even from outside the city, hoping to capture the story as it unfolded. Sketches were printed, descriptions repeated, details debated endlessly. Yet clarity never came. Witness accounts conflicted with one another. Timelines overlapped, and certainty remained just out of reach. The police worked with the tools they had, walking beats, questioning locals, by and following leads that often lead nowhere. In an age before modern forensic science, much depended on observation, memory, and chance. The streets themselves seemed to resist explanation. Narrow lanes twisted unexpectedly, opening into courtyards or closing into dead ends. At night, fog softened edges and swallowed sound. A figure could appear and disappear within moments. For the people who lived there, this was not a place of mystery, but of routine survival. Many were tired, hungry, and focused on making it through another day. Yet even routine was disrupted. People walked faster. They stayed closer to home. They avoided eye contact with strangers. Letters began to arrive at newspaper offices, written in a bold hand, mocking authorities and claiming responsibility. Whether these letters were genuine or hoaxes remains debated, but at the time they added fuel to an already burning fear. The name Jack the Ripper became fixed in the public imagination. It was short, memorable, and unsettling. It gave shape to something otherwise shapeless. Over time, the name became larger than any individual could be. It became a symbol of the unknown, violence without explanation, of questions without answers. The police files grew thicker, but conclusions did not. Suspects were considered and dismissed. Rumors rose and fell. Life in Whitechapel went on, but it did so under a shadow. People learned to live alongside uncertainty, to accept that not everything could be understood or resolved. Bend slowly as months turned into years. The immediate fear faded, replaced by something quieter but more lasting, a mystery that refused to close. Long after the events themselves had passed, interest in the case did not fade. Instead, it grew. Writers, historians, and curious minds returned to the same streets again and again, searching for patterns, missed clues, and hidden meanings. Each generation brought new theories, often shaped by the values and concerns of their own time. Some believed the answer lay in official records. Others looked to personal letters, medical knowledge, or social conditions. No theory has ever been proven beyond doubt. The absence of certainty became part of the story itself. Whitechapel changed over the decades. Buildings were demolished and rebuilt. Streets were renamed or widened. The gas lamps disappeared, replaced by electric light. Yet the name remained. It surfaced in books, films, documentaries, and conversations late at night. For some, it represented a puzzle to be solved. For others, a warning about how fear spreads. The story invites reflection on how societies respond to uncertainty and danger. It shows how quickly rumors can harden into belief, and how easily a name can outgrow the truth behind it. Today, visitors walk through Whitechapel in daylight, guided by maps and explanations, standing where history once unfolded. The streets are louder now, brighter, busier. Yet traces of the past linger, not in stone or brick, but in memory. The mystery of Jack the Ripper endures not because of what is known, but because of what is not. It remains unresolved, suspended between fact and legend. And perhaps that is why it continues to draw attention. In the end, the story does not offer answers. It offers atmosphere, questions, and silence where certainty should be. As you listen, imagine the city settling for the night, the noise fading, the streets growing still. The mystery remains where it has always been, unanswered, untouched, and quietly present.